Until now, Best Robot Lab mostly got cordless vacuums that were either super powerful or came fully loaded with accessories. But finally, we've got a model that checks both boxes. The Dreame R20 looks so sleek, you might want to display it in your living room. The box includes several attachments, including one for furniture. The suction power is rated at 27 kilopascal. Now, that's a lot, even before we get into airflow. And yes, we'll be measuring both. The price? Definitely premium, but this vacuum promises a lot. Let's check it out from every angle, run the numbers, and put it to work on different surfaces. Starting with the unboxing. The vacuum itself, a slick graphite gray, a carpet brush, a soft floor roller, a motorized upholstery tool, a long, narrow crevice nozzle. Perfect if you want to gently vacuum your cat. There's a 2-in-1 brush, a plug adapter, a flexible elbow joint for hard-to-reach spots, and a carbon-like tube that feels high-tech enough to need engine sounds. You also get a full-size dock with slots for attachments. Wall plugs are included, and there's even a little manual for those who still enjoy reading. Warranty cards from both the brand and the store are inside. There's a wall-mounting stencil too, never seen that before, but it makes drilling quick and easy. Overall, all the expected paperwork is there, and a little extra. No spare filters in the box though. The vacuum's rated power is on the higher side, which helps explain the price. The R20 uses the same layout as other vacuums in the R series. It's got a trigger-style grip with the battery on one end and the motor on the other. That gives it great balance. Up front is a vertical dustbin with a quick-release hatch underneath, but it can be taken apart too. The filtration is 5-stage. A skirt stops large debris. A metal mesh handles most of the work. Cyclones use centrifugal force to send dust downward. Then there's a fabric membrane that traps fine particles. The truly sneaky ones may reach the motor compartment, but they're caught by a HEPA filter. Type unknown. You can rinse the filters under the tap, but the dustbin should only be wiped clean. It has a lot of electronics inside. The battery slides in and out and is removable. As you can see in this freeze frame, it's not huge, at just 2,900 milliamp hours. We'll find out later how long that actually lasts. It charges while docked, but you can also plug the adapter straight into the handle. In theory, it's one-hand operable. Pull the trigger with your index finger to start the motor. Once locked, one press turns it on, and your thumb switches between modes. But unless you're in the NBA, or at least your local rec league, you'll probably need your other hand to comfortably reach the screen. There are just two modes: Auto, which ramps up suction when needed, and Max, where carpets literally tense up when it kicks in. The screen displays your chosen mode, battery percentage, and system notifications. Something earlier R-Series models didn't have. Now let's talk attachments. The heavy-duty carpet head has large wheels and a thick bumper that holds both a light and a flap for big debris. Turn angles are limited, so mobility isn't its strength. Its main job is deep carpet cleaning with simple back-and-forth moves. Inside, it has a roller with V-shaped bristles and anti-tangle teeth. The hard floor roller has a tall profile. It's small, nimble, and still fairly mobile despite its limited swivel range. The base has support wheels, which, like we saw with the R10 Pro, get tangled with hair fast. Inside the nozzle are more anti-tangle teeth. No LED light on this one. The furniture tool has a floating base for tight contact with surfaces. It's got an old-school locking latch on the side and a brand new fin-style brush that digs dirt out of upholstery like it's chewing through fabric. The crevice tool is telescopic. You can reach curtain rods, but you can't get between couch cushions because there's a brush at the tip. The 2-in-1 brush has a slide-out bristle head, same as other Dreame vacuums. All attachments connect either directly to the hose, through the pipe, or using the flexible elbow. Pick the setup that works best for the job. The dock holds everything except for the second main brush. You'll need to stash that in a closet. First impressions? This vacuum is impressive. Well designed, well assembled, barely any play in the joints. The plastic feels premium, better than what we saw in the R10 series. The Dreame R20 has a premium look. It's the kind of thing you'd want to snap a photo of and text it to your friends, preferably before it gets covered in fingerprints and scratches. The main body is a bit heavier than previous R models, but the plastic tube is lighter than metal. So, fully assembled, it weighs in at the usual 5.95 pounds. Pretty standard for the R line. And with that kind of power, the efficiency is actually higher than its predecessors. The weaker R10 Pro, with a 3000 mAh battery, ran for just 10.5 minutes on max. The R20's battery is slightly smaller, but lasts 13.5 minutes. And on low power, the brand claims it can go up to 90 minutes. In auto mode, you could easily clean about 1,600 square feet without rushing. Surprisingly, the noise level is low count between 69 and 72 decibels. The motor sound is soft and mid-pitched, not harsh on the ears. Clearly, they've done a solid job with soundproofing, because this thing packs some power. On max, the anemometer hit 125 feet per second. That's top tier, though not record-breaking. Most competitors peak at 98. The real overachievers break 131 feet per second. As for suction, they promised 27,000 pascals, but the gauge spiked to 29,000. That's well above the 24,000 average. This vacuum means business, and our gap cleaning test confirms it. In auto mode, it boosts power whenever it detects dirt. With this approach, it pulls debris from gaps up to 0.3 inches wide. Then on max, it clears out the rest with ease. It should perform great on carpets, and we'll test that soon. But first, laminate. The soft roller picked up heavy debris in just 2 passes on auto. If there were a mid-power mode, it probably would have done it in 1. But in auto, you do have to circle back for stray crumbs. The lack of a bumper helps. It cleans right up to the wall when you move head-on. We used max mode on low-pile carpet, took 2 passes and some extra work along the edges. The soft roller handled it well and came out completely clean. Not a single hair stuck to it. The support wheel doesn't count. On shag rugs, we switched to the bristled brush. It picked up dirt fast, but there was so much of it that we had to go over each section about 9 times. So despite the R20's power bump, I didn't see a huge difference in cleaning performance. It matched the R10 Pro. Sure, maybe a crumb or 2 stayed behind, but you'd have to go hunting for them. Everything else, hair, grit, dust, went straight to the bin. The brush stayed clean and didn't need constant attention. As for the other attachments, the crevice and 2-in-1 tools are great for baseboards, tabletops, and tight corners where the main heads won't fit. The furniture tool has a distinct sound as it pulls out the horror show of dust hiding in your couch, the kind that makes you want to wash your hands while channeling Leonardo DiCaprio's panic face. So, what's the verdict? The Dreame R20 is a well-balanced, though fairly expensive vacuum. It's about 50% more powerful than the R10 Pro. If you want to deep clean a doormat or lift the grime off your dog's bed, this thing's got your back. But on shag rugs, I didn't see a dramatic improvement. Still, it's quiet, efficient, and comfortable to use. Charges on its dock. No obvious downsides. Great for dry cleaning in any setting, even if you've got wall-to-wall carpet and a big dog. Thanks for sticking around and smashing that like button. That's all for now. See you in the next review.